Welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time... Okay, hang on. This isn't exactly fitting for Solm, but I don't think I've used these accessories before. A yellow scarf will fit, though. Okay, that's fixed. Last time, we unlocked new potential from Emblem Lucina after fighting in a location very familiar to her, and you if you played Awakening. And now we're gonna have a meal with Etier.
Hi!
But after that, we're gonna head out to the actual next chapter, which is gonna look a bit awkward, story-wise.
Another win for Etier.
There we go.
It's tasty.
It's delicious.
And I also unlocked a support with Alir and Pandreo.
Carry this around.
But I'll show that at the next Somniel part. Really, I just wanted to show the meal here. But also, speaking of the Somniel, there are some preparations that we'll want to make before the next chapter, because it's going to be a Fog of War map, and it is actually fairly tough. So firstly, Illume Staves are nice to have. Alir has one. In fact, I wonder if Ivy should take one. Okay, I've got a one-use Illume Staff left. I feel like Ivy would make better use of Rewarp than Jean would. And I've distributed all my torches. Oh hey, I played for 24 hours, exactly. It might seem like I'm acting on knowledge that I really shouldn't have. Alright, that's training with Brodio. I really should do that, but no, I think I will actually head to the next chapter. But yeah, like, once you actually get to this next map, you will clearly see on the preparation screen that it's Fog of War, so you will be able to make all of these preparations regardless. But anyway, we're kind of supposed to be over at Solm Palace, but we're actually over here, and we'll find out why once we begin the chapter. I also just realized, yeah, we can actually upgrade Illusia's donation level right now. It's not going to do us a whole ton of good, but it does get you an extra tome. A pretty good tome, too. Heroes of the Oasis.
Divine One, Royals of the Three Kingdoms, welcome to Solm Palace.
Just reminds me of, like, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, I guess.
I'm Sephoria, the Queen of Solm.
Some people in the comments last time mentioned that, like, Fogado has just that energy of being like, Mom, here's some friends I brought home from school, and, like, that's just perfect.
It's an honor to meet you, Queen Sephoria.
And you. Really, it's a treat. And a surprise. I never expected Fogado to bring the Divine Dragon here. Out of everything he's done on his outings, this is the most impressive.
I was just doing what any prince would do for his queen.
That's Mom to you. My son tries to act so cool, so detached. Anyway, those introductions when you arrived, there were a lot of them. First you, Divine One, and then the Pyrenees, Brodian, and Illusian royalty. Quite the guest list. I was so overwhelmed I nearly fell off my throne.
You have my apologies. We're here about a very important matter.
Yes, you said. Feldragon Sombron's return. I had no idea all that was happening.
And that's like a country above you, so you're probably first in line to be raised when he gets his power going.
And he created those creatures, That explains why they're so vicious.
But your palace hasn't been attacked by the corrupted? Or Illusian forces?
Oh, it has. We got rid of them.
I see. You got rid of them. Wait, really? All of them?
You seem surprised.
I'm impressed. But certainly glad no one's breached the palace.
I'm sorry to hear the other countries are having a harder time of it. And Queen Lumera, I visited her in Lethos many times. She was always very gracious. Naturally, the Queendom of Solm stands with you in your war against the Feldragon.
Does that mean we get war funds? Because I could really do with some more money right now.
Thank you. On that note, I have a request. The Ring of the Radiant Hero, which was entrusted to Solm. May I take it?
Of course. I'll get it right away. Wait. Where was it again? I haven't seen it for a while. Fogado, do you know where the ring might be?
No clue. Maybe it's in the doodad drawer?
Please, wait here a moment.
Oh! Okay.
Just one more amazing voice performance from Aaliyah there.
The doodad drawer. Has it been lying around in a musty cupboard this whole time?
I mean, to be honest, that's probably just how Ike would want it.
This is one of the strongest emblem rings. I don't know what to say.
Ah, you know what? I just remembered. Tamara took it with her.
Timera?
My sister, also the crown princess.
She's set to inherit my crown. And like Fogado, she's always out doing who knows what. To be fair, I acted the same when I was young. Anyway, she's been gone for days.
Probably on a camping trip. Oh, that sounds great right now.
So it's true. The crown princess and prince aren't around much.
And she doesn't know when they'll be back.
We can look for Princess Timera. Do you have any idea where she might be?
I think she was heading to the southern desert, in which case she'd set up camp in the Oasis.
All right then. We'll head there.
You know, a trip to the Oasis is just what I need. I'll pack my things.
Yeah, actually, Mom, how about you stay put?
Royals who are not members of our army have had a very high mortality rate in this story so far.
Oh, all right. You kids go on without me. If you find Tamara, do summon the emblem, will you? I'd love to meet him. Be careful. It's already getting dark out.
Come on, everyone. I'll lead the way.
And I kind of feel like if we waited until it was light, I suppose Timera could be gone. Though we might not have a Fog of War chapter.
This meat is gonna hit the spot. I hope you're hungry for fun, cause that's what's on the menu first. And now, an exclusive performance from the one and only Tamara!
That cutscene was shown off in some trailers, and I was just like, okay, yeah, she seems like she'll be interesting.
I'll be performing my favorite song with my backup singers, Marin and Panette.
I sort of expected her to be the dancer, though, when I first saw the trailer.
Ready.
Have we ever had a royal dancer? I mean, not counting Three Houses where you could make anyone a dancer.
As am I. Hope you remember the words. And a 1, and a 2. Meat, meat, meaty meat, meat.
What have we here? A bunch of pretty birds squawking away in the night? Ha! Cheap, cheap.
Cheap, cheap is right. But there's nothing cheap about the ring that one has. Let's grab it.
That's kind of funny. This guy's voice sounds like somebody from like a 4Kids dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that. But yeah, it's a recurring Fire Emblem archetype, the Super Bandit Brothers.
Meaty, meaty, ah yeah. Meaty, meaty.
Hey, hey, quit your con!
Who are you two?
Come on, wake up! What do you think? We're bandits! Bandits!
And what do bandits do? Take stuff, like your fancy ring there. Give it.
Oh.
Oh? Oh? That's all? You're in trouble. Really in it. Right now.
In it and surrounded by it. We've got monsters. Big fans of ours. These two and way more.
So, we asked nicely, but you had to make us mad. Now, we'll do this our way.
I saw a bonfire. That's gotta be her.
What were those strange sounds?
Tamara and her friends singing.
Yes, the singing was so painful that our crit rate went down by 5. You'll understand what that means in a moment.
Oh. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. People call them the Racket of Solm for a reason. Weird that they stopped. An attack, you think?
Let's get over there and find out.
Tamara!
Oh, hey, Fogado.
So you're Princess Timera. Nice to meet you.
Don't tell me. You're the Divine Dragon, right? Fogado wouldn't have come here unless he found you first.
He wouldn't have... What?
Not important. We've got bigger stakes to roast. Have to deal with these bandits for a start. It'd really help if you could use your summoning powers on this ring.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty beefy looking ring. Kind of makes sense, though.
The Ring of the Radiant Hero.
just wanted to meet the person who lives in here. Can you make that happen?
All right.
Great! And a 1, and a 2.
Fight on. Emblem of Radiance.
He's not Little Lord Ike anymore, he's Big Lord Ike. Taking more after his Smash Bros version, Ike turns his holder into a tank. And boosting HP, strength, and defense isn't even the half of it. Ike weirdly has 2 Bond level 1 sync skills, though the first is very situational. Demolish lets Ike's holder instantly destroy destructible terrain by selecting the, well, destroy command. This can be done from any range you have a weapon covering, and mainly sees use in Chapter 13 itself. But he also gets Resolve. This is nowhere near as crazy as it was back in Path of Radiance, but it's still kinda nice. Whenever you're below 75% HP, you get +5 to defense and resistance, on top of the bonus Ike already gives you. This is really nice when it comes to his engage skill, but first, at Bond level 3, Ike gains Reposition, letting him move adjacent allies to the opposite side of himself. This effectively pushes an ally 2 spaces forward, making it a nice mobility tool. But Ike is one of the few emblems who I'd argue radically changes his holder's playstyle while engaged. Because then, Legu's friend takes effect. Its name references Ike protecting Ranulph in Chapter 11 of Path of Radiance. It causes all attacks to deal half damage, but always hit, effectively doubling the number of enemies Ike's user can take on at once. At the cost of being forced to stand there and take it, don't use him on someone who likes dodge tanking. Dragons take 60% less damage instead. The halving damage combined with Resolve's +5 resistance makes Ike users surprisingly bulky even against mages. And Ike later gains a 1 to 2 range engage weapon to really capitalize on that. You do need to be aware of chain attacks though. Their damage is percentage based, so it's unaffected by this reduction. The general idea after engaging with Ike is to run in the middle of a horde of enemies and use his engage skill, Great Ether. You need to use a sword or axe for this, but that means it's usable via great axes for an insane attack power. It gives defense and res +5, which stacks with Resolve and Ike's defense bonus, but you can't counterattack for 1 turn. Next turn though, you'll attack everything in a 2-space area and heal HP equal to 30% of the damage dealt to each enemy. Dragons deal an extra damage per hit taken while charging this up. Armored units and flyers gain an increase to defense or resistance. Think of this skill as turning Ike's user into a bomb that goes off next turn. You want to lure in as many enemies as possible so they all get hit by it. It's better to initiate this with a high might weapon rather than a high speed one, since every target will only get hit once, just as long as you're not getting doubled to death. Speaking of high might, high weight weapons, those are Ike's engage weapons right now. At Bond level 1, you gain access to the legendary hammer that Ike canonically used to defeat the Black Knight. I love that they reference this. So this is different to a typical hammer in that it's a smash weapon. But to compensate, it's literally twice as strong as an unforged regular hammer. At Bond 10, you get Irvan. 19 weight is crazy, but it's got a high hit rate for an axe and a massive 21 power, and gives +5 res on top of Ike's existing bonuses to the stat. Ike's skill inheritance is focused on axes, and that's the weapon proficiency he gives, though he still gives swords at rank 9. His stat boost is an increase to defense, which can be nice on people you want to tank with. His weapon bonus is axe power, and this really stacks up with his engage attack. Though like with Roy, this is expensive to inherit. You can also inherit his sync skills, and Resolve is the main prize here. Here's the thing with Ike though. his true potential won't be unleashed until you complete his paralog. There's one more sync skill he has, and it is a key to his kit. Fortunately, that paralog unlocks right after this chapter, and it's one I'd recommend doing as soon as possible.
Dang, those arms! You're ready to fight.
I'm Ike. Make sure you use me wisely.
Thanks for your help, Ike. You'll be fighting alongside Princess Temera in this battle.
You sure about that? I kind of feel like he'd be more used on other people. We'll see. But yeah, we have Ike on our side now. He's taking more after his Radiant Dawn design, but he's the emblem representing Path of Radiance because we already had Micaiah. It's kind of funny that Micaiah is the only emblem you get in the first half of the game who is not from a Japan-only game. But I guess they wanted to give you the healing emblem early. So yes, we have Fog of War, and also if you look at the map, this is a very big map, and a lot of destructible terrain as well. I've been looking forward to this because this is, in fact, one of my favourite chapters in Engage, and probably now my favourite Fog of War chapter in the entire series. Like, Fog of War chapters are usually pretty bad in Fire Emblem. I really love this one. But yeah, we've got a whole lot of junk around here. We also have some enemies that we can see early thanks to these torches. Now, I do remember there is a very annoying, like, sniper around here, and I know that because I may have sent Ivy down here in one playthrough, and I paid the penalty. Also, there's a village here, and the enemies will try and destroy it. There's also a village here. I think that... Okay, so they kind of destroyed this village early, but, like, I think it is technically possible to reach this via warp shenanigans. And then there's this village here, which is not really that hard to get. But also we have these torches that are in the middle of the water, which is really cool. And they're showing off these flyers here, including some very dangerous Wyvern riders with steel great axes. Yeah, 46 attack power on these enemies. This is kind of why I like to snipe a few of them with Lyn before they reach us. And this guy has a silver axe. You got another Corrupted here. It's just a Pegasus Knight, but that's also another Pegasus Knight. They will also douse the torches as they move towards you. Also, this area right down here on the way to this village tends to be very, very dangerous, as you can tell by these swirling spirits. Yeah, a lot of people get killed here. And not least of which because you have this guy who is a pretty strong Wolf Knight cavalry. And, oh yeah, this guy will try and destroy villages, so you need to kind of hop to it to save this one. And we've got a few more enemies over here. And then we have the two walls, so we have this guy who has Elwyn, but we also have two bosses here. Yep, they're throwing two bosses with multiple health bars at us, although they technically did that back in Chapter 11. This is kind of the first time the game expects you to fight two bosses at the same time. So we have Tochi here. These ones are actually confirmed to be twin brothers. Cap resistance, weirdly, on Techi here. And he has a tomahawk, and his bro has a brave axe. And 14 speed with a brave axe is actually quite decent. So yeah, this guy is a terror in melee, this guy's a terror at range. They're both backup units, so if they both attack you, they'll be chain attacking. Now, something that can be useful here is putting Lucina on a backup unit to get knife chain attacks on both of them at the same time. But speaking of knives, we actually have Merrin here to start with, who is a knife user, which is, well, specifically a Wolf Knight, as well as the amazing Panette. Look at that base strength. Yeah, that's even better than, like, my Ambers right now. And also insane HP. And then we have Temera, who's kind of but honestly, I've actually felt that with Ike, she's actually not that bad in this map, even on Maddening. After this map is another issue, but we'll go into that later. So, in terms of our unit selection here, I'm kind of going to go off, like, firstly, who I want to bring first. So, the Radiant Bow is, like, Anna with the Radiant Bow, this map is pretty much the entire reason why I promoted Anna early and got this early. Because this Radiant Bow is insanely good against those Wyvern Knights. Speaking of which, I do kind of want Lyn here. But honestly, I don't really need him on Alchrist, if anything. Like, honestly, Ivy could make use of Lyn too. Though again, there are some dangerous snipers hiding in the darkness. And yeah, Yunaka's going to be great here with her enhanced vision. And we've also got Jean. I've left Louis out of too many chapters. I feel like he's starting to fall behind.
Lynn, let's go.
Okay, that means you do have Speed Taker. Oh yeah, and finally I can start doing this.
Lucina!
Let's go.
I'm gonna be using this in combination with Amber because I have a feeling this is gonna be really fun. And I mean, do I really need? I mean, actually, Clan has high movement in one of my torches. So between Amber and Anna, even though Alcris is really close to leveling up and getting closer to Luna, I think I will actually bring Louis here. And Olwen's going back on Jean because Clan doesn't really need any help doubling and one-rounding enemies. And now places everyone. Yeah, I do want to rush ahead a little bit with some powerful units alongside Aaliyah. But speaking of powerful units alongside Aaliyah, we actually already have a couple to begin with. Sometimes I don't even find breaking through here is even worth it. Because you want as much of your forces down towards these two as possible, and also you want as much of your forces heading down towards here as possible. And you may need a few people on the shoreline ready to take out the flyers when they approach. But okay then, I think for now, we're probably all set. Definitely save before attempting this map, it can be quite brutal. And okay, let's go.
What's that? More? Those cheap birds must have gone con for help. Phooey! That's what I say. They won't beat our monsters.
That's right. Not to mention our thieves. Experts in the art of ransackery.
They're gonna attack the village. We have to stop them before anybody gets hurt. Marin, Penette, come on!
As you command, my princess. We'll crush them with the hammer of justice.
Except you don't use hammers.
Indeed, they shall sorely regret terrorizing these poor, innocent people.
And Annette from Three Houses has gone to a goth phase, I see. And yeah, they start right in the thick of it. So, right then. Yeah, this village, you're pretty much guaranteed to save it, so
I'm your knight to command.
Let's see. I can't quite finish this guy just yet.
The way forward is blocked, but not for long. Go, Tamara. With my strength, you'll have no problem opening up a path.
And I've already talked about Emblem Ike, but here's the thing. In my first playthrough, I did not realize that Destroy was a sync skill rather than an engage skill, so I wasted Ike's engage turns breaking obstacles. Don't do what I did. Let's see. Yeah, Tamara's still not exactly the best. Let me see. Oh, actually, you can take out this, this flyer immediately, so let's do that. Bright Sandstorm. I think I forgot to mention its name last time, but it's still a great song. I like the way the night sky looks in this map, too. Okay, that's just a rock. That's not an obstacle. I forget if the enemies make an active effort to destroy the obstacles or not.
Of course.
I think some of them do, but others not really. So Penette does actually take a pretty good chunk of damage whenever she gets hit, but she likes that because her personal skill gives her higher crit when she is below full HP. Speaking of personal skills, you just saw Tamara's Racket of Solm there. Also, hi there, Swordmaster. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with you a little. Can I deal with you yet? Well, I can deal with you with Ivy, but, We'll see, I suppose. I don't know if I should engage with Tamara just yet. You are a... Yeah, the enemies are starting to use silver weapons right now. Tamara does have 17 defense, though. Which is probably good for, like, not engaging yet.
You're done for. You have my respect.
Apparently something broke just there, but yeah. The thing with Racket of Solm, I guess I'll talk about that later because I do want to make sure that I can deal with this Swordmaster. I'm not sure if I'm really able to. I'm also just out of... You don't even have Thunder. right. Yeah,
As
well,
your
I
steward.
probably should have traded that over somehow. Okay, if I do this, the Swordmaster is quite likely to attack Amber and get him broken. But if I Chain Guard with Aaliyah, also hi there, yeah, the enemies do really creep up on you in this map. Yeah, I don't think I'll engage just yet. Instead, I'll Chain Guard. Iron Dagger on you. Oh, she's taking a little bit of damage. There are only melee enemies in this area, though, so maybe using the... Oh, actually, I have way more evasion with the Iron Dagger, so I'll go for this. Okay, glad you dodged there. That wasn't super reliable. Okay, another level up for Yunaka. Yunaka's actually doing better for me in this playthrough than she usually does. Yeah, that's actually pretty good speed. And now we have Aaliyah again. I remember, though, that Aaliyah can only Chain Guard one person. I think for now, yeah. Jean will not be able to get hit if I go here, because since I gave him Olwen, I actually need to swap over Thunder. Well, I suppose he can try and... I'm honestly a little worried about this Swordmaster. But I'm gonna just see how things go.
You got it.
We'll wait a bit and see how it plays out.
I live to serve.
I wouldn't entirely be opposed to Louis getting hit. Also, that Rider's Band is going to be great against the Wolf Knight. And now, yeah, so I had Ivy, like, fly over these obstacles and down here first time I played, and it did not end very well at all. But I guess Ivy can go here, get Chain Guarded by Aaliyah, engage with Lyn. Then, she has Elfire equipped right now, although if I do this, she's going to end up equipping the Killer Bow. Oh, I can't actually reach that Wyvern Lord just yet. Yeah, if I call them Wyvern Lords, like, yeah, that just might be a thing that ends up happening. They're technically Wyvern Knights in this game. Not technically, they literally are Wyvern Knights in this game. There was a weird tink sound there, but that wasn't like a break, so he didn't drop his weapon.
You think the village will loot itself? Get going!
A village that loots itself would be a hilarious gimmick for a sadistic ROM hack, though, just saying.
Yeah, start at that house there.
Let's go!
Okay, that's kind of weird that these lines aren't fully voiced when normally main story dialogue is. But yeah, I like to think that's a callback to the first chapter of, like, Ike's game. Oh, right, yeah, that's a thing. But at least she has her personal skill triggering now. In that the first chapter of Path of Radiance had a village that is unavoidably destroyed by bandits on the first turn, just to give you a tutorial on how that works. And it actually does have, like, a reward programmed in, just in case you were somehow able to save it by hacking. I believe it's just gold, though. So, right then. Who wants to gain the experience off of this guy? Well, I have 100% hit on a sword, but that's because the weapon triangle doesn't, like, lower accuracy or anything. But you will notice that we already do get chain attacks from Timera and Panette off of this.
Me first. Not done yet.
I won? I won!
Amber is leveling up really quickly. I guess because I didn't really promote him for a bit, so his internal level is kind of... I mean, he was level 14 before he promoted, though. But yeah, here is where, again, this is a Fog of War map. You do need to be cautious. And I'm kind of surprised that Aaliyah didn't get to talk to Panette, because since she's a new character, you'd expect that you'd have a conversation there. Saving my Aaliyah engage for now, but I will probably end up using it later on. I'm kind of waiting for that lower part of this map. But you can never be too careful in a Fog of War chapter. Okay, so that spot there is in danger from a sword user. Not from the silver Grutux just yet, but also there's a Grutux over there, so I might not want to break that obstacle at the moment. You can only attack in melee, right? Yeah, you can only attack in melee. However, if Tamara equips the Silver Lance, there is a decent chance that her speed goes to crap because Tamara's build is terrible, and that is a legitimate major issue with Tamara. Maybe I should actually no, if I engage, I can still visit, right? Pretty sure I can still visit.
Grant me strength and victory.
Well, yeah, you're gonna need all the help you can get with that, and she can go for Great Ether now, but let's visit first.
What's that? Bandits? Oh, jeez. I'd rather you get a hold of this than they do.
Okay, Seraph Robe. That's probably going on Clan. Because he is suffering from, yeah, even Jean has ridiculously more HP than he does. There's also Ivy. Now, okay, here's the question. Can Ivy... See, this is the problem with Astra Storm with someone like Ivy, is also that it doesn't actually one-round that, but I don't think... I kind of doubt that Alcrus would have either. I do still kind of want to get a head start on this, though.
Watch this.
Even though, as a great weapon user, if I send a sword user into it, it's probably just going to get immediately killed. Just, you can never be too careful. Speaking of which, I probably need to use my Illume Staves a bit more. You do not even have an Illume Staff right now. Oh, right, there was actually a flyer somewhere around here, wasn't there? Clan has one of my torches. So, let's just put you in here. Pop that torch. Nah, I can't see it yet. The flyer is probably incoming, though. Though I do need to get a move on and break through these. Also, probably with Tamara, who's a little out of reach right now.
Retribution is due.
I thought you were going to say something like electrocution is due. But yeah, they make these obstacles really bulky just to encourage you to use Ike here. And breaky, as Tora would say. Yeah, you need to be pretty quick to catch, that bandit early. Okay, so Tamara's actually doing okay. Like I said, she's actually not that terrible in this chapter. There we go, okay, that's why I had Anna around there. And yet, a lot of enemies move down there. You're kind of expected to use Ike, to kind of tank the enemies there. I suppose I can go... yep, 58 freaking damage on this thing. I am getting a little blasé on my moves for a Fog of War chapter, because you've got to be careful lest the Wyvern Lords sneak up on you when you least expect it. Only one more. I've just noticed as well, I haven't even used Call Doubles yet. Let's see, though. Okay, that's, I believe, a 50 obstacle. I mean, I assume that was a 50 obstacle, but also we have a couple of lesser obstacles down here. Actually... Okay, Amber can't really, Oh, you can actually shoot your longbow at this obstacle. I'm just picturing the idea of just clearing through this junk with, like, a longbow. Maybe you just shoot, like, a flammable thing of oil and it falls over and ignites everything. That's my best guess as to how that works. Okay. Let's see what you can destroy. Oh, that's only a 30 HP junk pile. I guess the 50 HP one is specifically for the Ike tutorial. And yeah, even though it looks like an enemy can get through here, it can't. It's just because this guy has a hand axe. So I think I'm going to send you down there, because you have a little bit more vision. And yeah, you have dual support, so you're getting, if you look at the avoid here, yeah, Emblem plus 18 on his avoid, and that's only one adjacent ally. Actually, if I'm doing that, I probably should position Panette in a place where I can heal her. Maybe should have had her destroy, but still. Okay. Oh, actually, though, Alira has physics, so, and I misclicked and didn't heal Panette anyway. Not that Panette really likes being healed regardless. Actually, Alira could creep a little closer. Oh, right, you still exist. I'm gonna have to, do something about that. Oh yeah, I could actually Lin Killer Bow you. Not that it'll potentially miss though. And I could just say about Racket of Solm.
1,000 curses upon our enemy.
I don't often hear your Ivy engage victory quotes, yeah, when I first saw, like, the skill Racket of Solm, I originally thought, oh, like, is that some kind of, like, you know, magical title that she has? I thought it meant something, like, super sophisticated and mystical, but no, it just means she sings really loudly and off-key. So yeah, that was just kind of funny. I was just like, oh, Racket of Solm, what is that? Some kind of legendary item? Maybe I was just thinking of Mario Power Tennis with its infinity bracket. But, like, no, I really did think to myself, like, wow, that must be some kind of amazing legendary power, and then nope. Nope, she just sings really badly. I would say that she has basically Chugga Conway levels of singing. Ow! Okay, yeah, so this is why you gotta be careful of those wyverns and fog. I think you doing that smash might have been a good thing, though, for me. But yeah, that's where Ivy's good defense helps out, but I'm a little glad that I weakened you earlier. Also, I can show off, like, Anna stuff, but... Okay, some of those things may end up swinging around and attacking me later. The problem with this map is, yeah, the emblem energy is kind of out of the way. Like, why would you really go here at all? So, I'm not really going to get Ike back for a while. But the question is, will I need Ike when I have... Okay, admittedly, though, Aaliyah actually got hit by that. So the one downside of my impregnable Aaliyah wall build is that Aaliyah himself can still be attacked. In fact, does Jean... Okay, no, Jean doesn't have Physic, but Ivy has Physic. So I may need to have Ivy heal Aaliyah.
Don't concern yourself.
Which I think I will be doing right now. Because I definitely need Aaliyah. I don't even know if Ivy's going to be safe there, but we'll see.
Kind of you.
She can't see that bow, but nice gesture anyway. So I kind of wanted to also show this, because this is, yep, 60 damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of characters can do this to the flyers in this map, but I just find it really fun to do with Anna. There are more things, though, in the... I keep saying things. Sometimes I like to approach from this angle, too. Just gotta remember that you have a Great Axe. Although, typically I have somebody like Lapis or, like, a good sword user deal with that. Don't really have a great sword user right now. Because that is a lot of attack power, even for someone as tough as Louis. Okay. It begins. It begins. This gets broken. And now, preferably you also get broken. Now, I don't want to destroy the other obstacle, but because that's going to give the enemies more... Like, this is one of the rare, like, instances of an actual, like, usable choke point in Engage. But, like, I kind of got to make this choke point myself. Okay, it looks like you need to use the Solero here, which I don't like because there's a Wolf Knight down there, and I would rather be able to counterattack. So in that case, maybe Aaliyah has to run in and start...
Lend me your strength.
Using his Chain Guard now. I suppose there's not really much of... Oh, wait, no, I have to use Bonded Shield, so I can't use the Illum Staff. But now you can head in here. I'm really not sure if leading the charge with Yunaka is the greatest of ideas. But Aaliyah will be blocking the first attacks in every combat, and I highly doubt Yunaka's going to get doubled. So, okay then, yeah, we do have backups in the area, though. But not all of them can reach at the same time. So yeah, Aaliyah is currently in the midst of protecting. You're going to head down there. Okay, now Ivy can get healed. I'm sort of winging this map a lot more than I usually do.
Great help.
But my goal is to run, like, a big death ball in here, and then just go engage with Aaliyah and use Aaliyah's Bonded Shield to make the death ball essentially invincible. But I do need to make sure that Aaliyah does not get attacked by the Wolf Knight while there, because, yeah, the Wolf Knight will double him, and will probably hit him, even through his massive evasion. And it's kind of a shame that these knights can't use staves. And Merrin will be on call to run in if she needs to. We also have an obstacle here, so you could actually break this to reach the village sooner, but I don't really like doing it. And yeah, the enemies don't typically make much of an effort to break the obstacles. If they did, this map would be particularly brutal. Yeah, I only have Anna and Louis up here. I'm honestly worried about that. I think Ivy will have to swing back and protect this group. And I haven't really had the chance to... Oh yeah, Destroy works even at range. I haven't really had the chance to use Ike's Engage all that much, and I really don't want, you know, Tamara getting hit by, a Great Axe. So let's not do that just yet. Okay, so...
I'll protect you.
The magical flying dragon to the rescue! Winning! I love how, like, Aaliyah just kind of goes zoom in from the side of the screen. Oh yeah, that was experience for Aaliyah, right? Hi there. Yeah, I had a feeling there was something in the area. This is why I was a little worried about keeping just a few people down here. And, oh, hi, Wyvern Rider. Hi, stuff. Yep, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. So, question is, like, okay. So, like, the other thing that I wanted to do was to run Amber in with, like, a great weapon and also have Amber in the middle of this big, tanky, wall of, Aaliyah. Can Yunaka one-round you naturally? She can. She may get hit, but she can. There's an Elfire Mage there, though. And Amber is not going to like that. That's a Steel Great Axe, which Amber is also not going to like getting hit by. But I sort of... Okay, so this is more of my plan here. I don't know if this is going to be a great idea, but we'll see. You generally want to be able to counter on the enemy phase in order to make the best use of the whole Aaliyah Bonded Shield combo, but we can try and... yeah, I can't actually send Aaliyah in just yet. Let's go ahead and dagger you down. She may get hit here, but I do have physics staves. Okay, she didn't get hit, that's fine. So yeah, that mage will be able to attack Aaliyah. That will be able to attack Amber. Aren't able to attack the Wolf Knight just yet, and then we can go Bonded Shield again. So now I block attacks on you two. Aaliyah can get attacked by one thing still, though. But yeah, up here, we've got a little bit of a situation right now.
I won't give up.
No, you must not, Anna. In fact, you especially must not miss this. Thank you. So that's already like 3 flyers for Anna in this map. And even more magic. And like I said, I think I am going to need Ivy to go up here. Wow, Ivy, you one round even with, in fact, yeah, you wouldn't even needed the chain attack to one round.
I'll help.
I will atone.
I like how Lynn kind of tried to contribute a, an attack of her own there. Wouldn't exactly call it a chain attack, but still. Also, hi there. Yeah, there is a flyer over there, but Louis probably fine. I may even be able to fly... actually, no, Ivy can't reach just yet. But I would very much like Ivy to get a good hit on that guy. I think right now I'll actually stay... Let's not break that just yet. Let's stay here with Louis and then equip that Iron Grutlance. I would probably have appreciated that, Rider's Bane against that Wolf Knight, but we'll see how things go with the Wolf Knight. I just kind of just want this guy to die on principle. Just because it would be funny. 23 attack versus Clan. Man, Clan's going to take a pretty big hit if I do that. He's got only 1, but Merrin has a lot more HP. And also Merrin has... No, actually Clan has more evasion. And he has a B support with Jorl that I probably should be making use of more often. In fact, let's actually burn this torch just to see, yeah, this guy right here, this sniper, yeah, this is, okay. Okay. I probably need to freeze that sniper. Just because, like, if I can get by without using time rewinds, I want to try. So, yeah, like, that sniper right there, I had an incident with that sniper in Ivy before. Like, for some reason, the design of Engage's Fog of War maps, it's just surprisingly common for you to be just out of vision on certain enemies. And very often, those certain enemies that you're just out of vision on are snipers who are in range of your flyers. It's just kind of how things tend to happen sometimes. So, hello, Mr. Google Bandit. Okay, you probably would have missed anyway. But I still want, you know, Clan to not die on principle.
Did you see that?
And yes, I'm pretty sure the AI absolutely positively cheats in Fog of War in this game. Oh, I'm guessing Aaliyah only would have chain guarded that if it had hit.
Stay back.
There we go. And because of that dual guard, it means that I don't get shoved by the... And that would, yeah, that's a level up for Aaliyah, not for Amber. Okay, getting both strength and magic is going to help for fist damage. If only Louis had gained a little bit more strength, then maybe that would have been a one-shot. I'm kind of hoping I don't have to drop Louis later, because my real only replacement for him at this point is freaking Tamara, actually. Yeah, so I can say this now, Tamara is actually one of the characters that I am considering using. I used her in my first playthrough. She was not amazing, let's just say. She was not the best, but I like her character a lot.
Princess does it.
So we'll just kind of have to see, you know, how that goes. Okay, I think I'll move Louis last, just in case there's like a flyer out here in the darkness that I can't see that ends up just running in and smacking him. Okay, you're not level 5, so you don't have the sniper skill. Like, the sniper skill gives you increased crit, when... I think, though, you have to be stationary to get that crit bonus. But, okay, so... What I would very much enjoy doing right now is alluring in that Wolf Knight, although Amber would still get hit a little bit. Can you one-shot the mage with the bow? Yes, you can. But you can also actually, no, I think Yunaka will be able to take out that,
Just like a hero.
Actually, hang on a second. Could Amber have contributed something else with, like a longbow or something, maybe? Yeah, he could have gone here and longbowed this guy, but I don't know if he would have actually gone down. Because I think, okay, yeah, I think I'll try and get rid of this ruffian here.
All right.
Something that I'm sure,
Another kill for me.
I feel like, Panette is the kind of person who would call enemies ruffians.
With elegance.
Yes. I would say she almost has that, like, rarity energy going on, but, like, she's completely faking it, so, like, yeah. You'll see in the Somniel, Panette's entire kind of thing.
Serves you right.
Like, she's not really as gimmicky as, like, let's say, Bunet, but, like, she kind of has a thing about, I need somebody to go in here, and that is a poleaxe, except Aaliyah will chain guard that. I mean, I don't know if I can entirely trust that to not kill you, though, but, I mean, I suppose I can try and go for the, I mean, there's no real reason not to destroy that now, but, I'm not going to go for it. But yeah, she's definitely not as gimmicky as, it's always funny when you level up your bond from doing things like that, as, say, somebody like, hang on, Louis might actually be able to get in and attack that guy if I break that. As somebody like, Bunet, I kind of want to avenge the Ivy from my earlier playthrough by having Clan kill that sniper. I'm just really worried that he'll get crit. Because as I may have said, this map is all about picking your battles. You don't really want to fight everything on this map. You don't need to fight everything on this map. You just need to get the lower village and then go after the bosses. I was worried for a second that, like, the enemy would be able to reach Clan, but one, I don't think it can, and two, Clan didn't break that anyway. Okay. I am a little worried about the possibility of flyers coming out of the gloom and killing Anna. Okay, so Louis can reach. Not that it's really going to do a whole lot of good. Yeah, especially since he gets two-shotted. I don't think... Oh, actually, no, Ivy can reach. Huh. Well, this is going to be really bad if there are flyers out there in the darkness that I can't see right now.
Rest now.
You effectively already have Alacrity if you're fighting a Great Weapon user, but yeah, you can see I've already, like, mega snowballed with Speed Taker. The thing with Speed Taker, though, that you have to remember, I'll get back to my Panette tangent in a moment, but the thing with Speed Taker that you have to remember is that, this is something that some people kind of got on my case about, when I was talking about it in, like, the bios. You really don't want to inherit it on too many people, because, like, you know, you need to kill a lot of enemies with one specific character to get the benefit out of Speed Taker. And that's not always... And if you have more than one Speed Taker user, then... Yeah, they kind of step on each other's toes with that. So really just, like, really one Lin user or just inherit on just, like, Ivy. Okay, so this is why I wanted my... It missed anyway. Oh! It's a funny getting hit sound.
My princess.
It's not nearly as funny as Fogado. I haven't actually shown this yet, but when Fogado gets hit, he says, "Oh no," in almost exactly the same way as Knuckles. And Amber still gets poisoned because, yeah. Jewel Guard doesn't block the second hit. Oh, hi there. Yeah, okay. There's two Wolf Knights. And this guy has a Pesh Cuts, which was like a really late-game dagger in Radiant Dawn. I think this is the first game it's appeared in since Radiant Dawn, which is cool. I always like seeing things come back from Radiant Dawn because I'm biased, because Radiant Dawn is like my favorite Fire Emblem game. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alear can actually, like, punch one. Oh, he can't quite punch one of them to death. But okay. Yeah, speaking of Alacrity effectively being guaranteed if you're fighting a Great Weapon, that's a pain. However, that guy has no way to counterattack at range. This one does. I'm going a little bit into the unknown reaches with Amber right now, which might end up being a really bad thing.
My legend starts now.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's already started a long time ago.
That settles it.
Especially since you one-shotted an enemy in, like, the previous paralogue. But yeah, my aim was to do this, because you can't counter at range. And I can't kill you anyway. What was I saying about Yunaka actually having good speed?
I'll go.
Amber is still a chain attacker. I've been getting one off a lot in this run. Okay, maybe Alear can punch you to death. Still probably better to actually just use All for One. Oh yeah, the Noble Rapier is effective against Wolf Knights, so that would actually be much better. I mean, no reason not to use All for One since this is my last engage turn. My only worry is that I won't get to Chain Guard Amber.
I challenge my fate.
Stacks on generic Wolf Knight! Huh. Okay, I just thought of something.
Our bonds give me strength.
I could use that to get knife chain attacks with both of these two against the bosses. That might be fun. I'd need to recharge my emblem for that, though, and yeah, emblem energy is just really out of... Okay, there's one here, but, like, still, like, again, that's still very out of the way. I think you'll need to try and head for that. I don't want this to be... Actually, I'll take the purple tile, then, just for more fodder for the well. I need to heal Anna. That there would be a... Oh, that's another great weapon, okay. Don't really like Ivy moving too far in, especially since there's a whole bunch of, like... I think there's at least one Wyvern Lord that's still alive, and I'm not entirely sure where it is right now.
I will atone.
So yeah, even though Ivy's not really a physical unit, she does make pretty good use of Lyn. And I got rid of Anna's, vulnerary in exchange for a torch. But Tamara just so happened to be carrying one, so... Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's instead... Jean can... Okay, yes, he can reach Anna from there. It's kind of interesting. I don't even think...
Just what I needed.
Like, watch this. Yeah, Jean and Anna don't even have a support. Which, like, you'd normally think, like, if this was a game that had shipping, it would definitely let you ship Jean and Anna. But, no. They don't even have a support, which is kind of interesting, actually. I remember back when I first saw footage of this game. Hi there! Ow! That's why you always look before you move in Fog of War maps, or at least use an Illume Staff before you move. Okay, well, that was the only enemy that could attack, but still. And also, that's why Ivy being bulky is really nice. But yeah, when I first saw, like, footage of this game, I kind of want Louis to get the kill here, but it'll require me to do some weird maneuvering with Jean right now. Oh, actually, wait, no. It means I can heal because I have Cancer on Jean. I keep forgetting that. I can heal, have him move out of the way, and then Louis can go and use the Javelin. And probably miss because that's just Louis not really been doing. So I actually know he has a guaranteed hit rate. That's fine. But yeah, when I saw early footage of this game, like, we could clearly see that Alfred did not gain support points with everybody adjacent to him when he did something, and some of the people adjacent to him were female, which led me to believe, oh, okay, so, this game does not have, well, I get the feeling there'll be an enemy. Nope, there wasn't an enemy, okay. This game does not have, like, anyone can marry anyone as a system. And I'm really glad that's been dropped, because I just feel like it led to a lot of weird S supports that didn't make sense.
Oh no! I'll tell my Nana to hide. Use this to beat the bad guys.
But, okay, Rescue Staff is really nice to have. If only we had Micaiah, right? Also, that guy, he didn't even really try to go for the village for some reason. Alira's still at full health, but, using Chain Guard stops me from healing Amber, who does not have a vulnerary. So, okay, let's do it this way. Let's go trade, vulnerary. Funnily enough, Amber can actually use that bow. Of course, you can too if you're a warrior, and, like... Just kind of sucks that Panette starts as a Berserker. Like, this game clearly thought Berserker would be a really great class, but, like, in practice, Warrior... Right, okay. Well, at the very least, this is why I inherited, Healing Loud on Aaliyah. So he can do this and put himself back into Chain Guard range. But yeah, in practice, Warrior basically does everything that, that Berserker does, but better. Because it's got less strength, but that doesn't matter, because, like, you just really want the longbow chain attacks and, like, an extra weapon type, and Lyn has her engage again. Because, yeah. I was about to say that I would be able, like that normally I wouldn't really be able to W with Ivy, but then then again you have an Iron Blade. But at the same time, Iron Blades are actually not that heavy. Like, it's easy to forget that, but, like, great weapons are actually surprisingly light in engage. But yeah, you can now see how much of a monster Ivy is when she's able to consistently double things, and that's why a lot of people like the Ivy Lyn combo. It is often on, like, the top combos for, like, the rankings that you see when you're playing online, but I personally prefer Lyn on coverts.
Time to open up shop!
Some people have also disputed, like, Lyn... When I said that, like, I consider Lyn one of the best emblems in the game, some people disputed that. And I do kind of get why. Like, the idea that, like, Lyn makes one person a monster. But is that really better than Micaiah or Lucina's chain guarding or a later emblem that we get who has a really insane engage skill? It's kind of cool how all the best engage skills are also the ones that don't really do damage. Okay, we have a Swordmaster over here. Oh, okay, well, Ivy doubles him because of all of the speed takers she's been getting. I was gonna take the kill with someone else, but, I mean, technically Ivy needs it more. For now, though, we've got, Flyer. Oh, don't have a lot of speed, though. Oh, that one has a great axe. That's why I didn't have a lot of speed. You know what? If I don't need to expose myself to those two flyers, there's no reason for me to do so. So let's just actually just straight up go here and then finish you off. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty long video, I feel, but it kind of fits because this is a map that I really like. In fact, I might go back to the when I go back to the Somniel, I might change my profile to have this say it's my favorite map, and, okay, you missed anyway. However, I mean, that could work. Okay, it did.
All in a day's work.
But back to talking about Panette, because yes, don't worry, I need to get better about, oftentimes I will sort of start like a tangent and then kind of stop because I forget partway through. But I'm getting better about going back to my earlier topic. So about Panette, so I don't think she's quite as gimmicky as, like, let's say, Bunei, but she does, her thing is that she basically is a lot less polite than she thinks she is, and she sort of tries to sound really polite and ladylike, but is actually more of, like, a rough and tumble kind of girl, and she kind of puts on a kind of a posh affectation. The issue I have with that is that it's basically the same gimmick that Charlotte had in Fates, and I personally think that Charlotte did it better. Panette does have some decent supports, but, like, as far as characters in Engage go, she is incredible in terms of gameplay, but she's not really my favorite personality-wise, Panette. I mean, I wouldn't say that she's, like, exactly horrible, but, like, most of my fondness for her comes for her ridiculous gameplay. Hi there. Okay, that's just a hand axe. I suppose Ivy being a tanky mage comes from her being effectively a Wyvern Rider. Why are you gaining strength? I mean, her magic is already kind of good enough, and any point of speed gained on Ivy is good, because she doesn't often gain speed. Okay, yeah, I definitely neglected the Northern Front a lot, and I'm paying the price now. Yeah, that's a lot of enemies, and there's a lot of axes, so Tamara is not gonna like that, because she'll get broken if she tries to attack them, and, I mean, honestly, though, Tamara's kind of bulky, so... Okay, right, Louis, let's show off Louis being immune to break, I guess. Because here, again, there actually are choke points in this map. It's kind of interesting that the one, like, Engage map that has choke points also has a lot of flyers, but the flyers can't fly over these houses for some reason, and also is Fog of War. So there's at least a bit of twists to keep it from being a mindless choke pointing fest. I love seeing damage forecasts above 100.
Come again.
It's just so silly. It's just like... And sometimes in the late game, Radiant Bows can hit over 100 damage without even doubling. Speaking of without even doubling... Oh, hey, Clang can actually still one round. I guess I can go for this. I'm just terrified that there's a Wyvern Lord somewhere in there. Again, I'm saying Wyvern Lord, not Wyvern Knight, but in Sacred Stones, Wyvern Knights were kind of a speed-focused class, whereas here, Wyvern Knights work more like Wyvern Lords in other games, like the kind of power-focused class. I can Thunder you, but if I do Thunder you, then I get, it says the Hand Axe can technically attack, although, Jean can Thunder and then run. Because I keep forgetting that he has Canter. See, here's where I really could have used the low percent Dire Thunder crit, but still. Normally, Jean has a lot more magic for me at this point in the game.
You have my respect.
I'm gonna put Ivy here just in case there is a Wyvern. In fact, should I waste this? I'm gonna use this Illume Staff just in case. It's a very dramatic way to swing a lantern around. And nope, okay. Well, at least nothing that I can see. Now, you gotta be really, really careful here, because if you lure both these guys and the mage can be a massive pain. Also, I really want my dagger users to get over here before, I would have really liked Aaliyah to have his Engage ready, because then I could go for all for one and, like, smack them around with daggers, which would be really fun. Okay, that's the tomahawk that's in range right there, 13. So Amber isn't going to get doubled, at least, if he lures in the tomahawk. Don't quite want to go for that just yet, though. And speaking of Illume Staves, I'm going to Illume again, just because I just want to see if there's anything hiding here. Something tells me there could actually be a Swordmaster here, and if that's true, that's, oh, it doesn't look like there's anything here yet. Maybe I'm thinking of Maddening. I kind of feel like on Maddening there was like a Swordmaster there. Okay, yeah, 1 damage would have still broken her.
That's how a princess does it.
Because, yeah, any amount of damage is still break. It's just like, if I go there, I'm going to have to, like, use a Warp Staff. You have Rewarp. In fact, does any... Oh, I mean, Alir himself can pull Warp out of the convoy, but... do I actually just try and do that, honestly? I might even need to. Because I would really like to get All for One going on both of these. Well, not both of these, on one of these guys at least. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, Jean's level ups are averaging out a little bit, and now he does have better magic than Clan. I'm not even sure I'll need Ike where I'm going. So, okay, I think I am going to actually just try and recharge Alir's emblem. Oh, I could actually show something. Or I kind of actually want to burn the engage deck to get rid of that mage. Like, I was going to aggro them from a distance, because that's actually another viable way to do this map, but I think I'd rather take out the mage. Never mind! They aggroed anyway! I guess they are smart bandits. So, I'm going to preemptively convoy the... Unless... Okay, please tell me Pandrero doesn't still have that. Do I have this in my convoy? I do not even have Warp in my convoy. Dang it. Okay. Well, that sucks. In that case, Oh, also one of them... The mage is also shrouded in darkness. Okay. Okay, this just got, interesting. I was about to say I don't have a sword user to break that tomahawk, but I do have Clan. The problem is, you guys one-shot Clan, don't you? Yes you do. So I am not allowed to do that. Okay, I do know that if I go there, I'm not going to get... Because, like, the trap mechanic isn't even in this game. Okay. Oh, this could be really bad. This could be really bad, but I'm going to go for it.
Nothing I hate worse than a meddler. You stuck your nose in our business, you'll pay.
Okay, that missed, and I didn't level up. And please tell me... Okay, I do see the mage. But I'm right next to the Brave Axe guy, which means I get chain attacks. That could be a massive problem. I mean, you can go down here. How much evade do you have down here? But how much hit does the Brave Axe have? It's only a little more. Hand Axe actually gives me even more evade, so... I'm actually just gonna use a little bit of a Hand Axe chip here.
The Oasis is ours, you hear? We've got exclusive plundering rights.
You guys have clearly trained in the Officers Academy and got your certifications in banditry. Is there a place where Ivy can go and still Astra Storm? Yeah, she can still Astra Storm this, which means that this guy's Elwind Tome is just going to fly through the air and into Ivy's hands. And actually, I kind of wanted Elwind on Ivy, but all the flyers like dead, so yeah. Not like it really matters anymore. Alir can still Chain Guard, although I do have to remember that if I do Chain Guard with Alir, it's not really going to help against the Brave Axe. Unless... Oh, I have 2 free staffs. But if she goes there... So, like, here's my... Okay, I'm just testing ranges on freeze. Can't actually freeze from there. See, here's the plan. Which one do I freeze is the question. It's a little more likely against the Brave Axe guy. But the Brave Axe guy is probably going to attack Amber anyway, if I freeze him. Okay. This is going to make the coast a little clearer for Clan. I mean, he still gets one-shotted, though. Hang on, who has the... Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I don't think Tamara dies that. Okay. This is gonna be really strange, but mid-chapter Seraph robe strats. It's not going to increase clans. I mean, I suppose if I'm doing this, I may as well get clan out of range. It's not going to increase clans like, no, it actually does increase your current HP to match. I did not know the Seraph robe did that in this game. Normally, it doesn't increase your max HP. That's good to know. In fact, I can get you, like, as far forward as I want. Oh, that's 40 physical attack on... That is exactly enough to one-shot her, except I'm in range of Aaliyah, which means she'll take 1 less damage, which means I believe she actually won't die. Oh, wait, no. Aaliyah makes it so you exactly die. So, no, that's not actually a good idea. Although I'm pretty sure Merrin doesn't die. Oh yeah, you'll notice that Merrin is gaining a little bit more hit and avoid here. That's because there are some female allies nearby, whereas there are less female allies nearby. If I do that... boss, please don't kill people. Please don't kill people. Hi there. Okay, it would have been really weird if the 27% was the one that actually hit. Please miss at least one of these. Okay, that's good. He's fine. Yeah, he would have been dead if both of those hit. Okay, now I think I'm... Okay, and I've got a double chain attack on you two. And I have another double chain attack if I go for Amber. The problem... Oh, if I do that, though, I'll lose my double chain attacks because I will shove them away. So let's not do that. Let's instead... if I get the crit here, that's a health bar gone.
If I may.
My legend starts now.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
And finally, that level up. No strength is a little weird. But I mean, his strength is kind of overkill right now anyway. Okay, wait, that's Anna. Okay, Yunaka can't even get on them. But I can put Anna here. And she can... she can Radiant Bow a few of them. But probably first things first is that I should go for... Oh, that's actually a decent amount of damage. I think, yeah, let's actually do this.
You're done for.
Not done yet.
Okay, that's gonna soften you up a little bit with the poison. Still really wish that I could go for all for one here. Actually, Jean could go for... I mean, actually, Dire Thunder doesn't really matter much when you double with something better than Thunder anyway. Oh, you don't actually double with something better than Thunder. Okay. Oh, okay, Ivy can get on the other guy. That's good to know. Let's actually have Clan break you.
If I may.
Have some more.
On Maddening, these guys probably are immune to break. Like, basically every boss is immune to break on Maddening. And now Jean can rush in, and yeah, he'll only finish that if, I need to use the Dire Thunder here, because he'd only finish, if both chain... I think both chain attacks would have had to hit.
Wasn't much of a big brother, was I?
It would have been cool if just, like, the Bandit brothers in Fire Emblem 7, if they had, an A support with each other. I always thought that was a nice touch. Let's go... Yes, chip away with this.
All right.
And by chip away, I mean annihilate an entire health bar. Oh, and Anna can actually get in with this and get even more chain attack action going.
You're done for.
Have some more.
Probably should have had Anna attack first, but oh well. Because that's 3 chain attacks, and if I move a Leer in here, that'll be 4 chain attacks. I know Ivy basically has this in the bag right now, but I just want to get some fun in before I go.
Me too.
Whenever Anna says that, sometimes I mishear it as graffiti you.
I won't falter.
Oh, nice. Oh, he didn't do his, like, laser crit attack. Apparently he can shoot, like, Hadokens in this class, if he crits. Okay, so Ivy can go ahead and finish this. I still haven't used Call Doubles. She does enough to finish you regardless, but I have 4 chain attacks.
First one's free! You're ornery.
One more. Have some more.
Loathsome.
Okay, you really wanted to go for a big finish there.
Guess I let my brother down. Again.
Well, fortunately for you, that'll be the last time. It's an unexpectedly dark line for me to say, but yeah, it just came to me. And, yeah, 13 turns, that was a lot longer than a typical Engage map. I feel like this is about the point where Engage chapters get a little bit longer. Every map before this has been pretty quick. But I got through that with no rewinds, which is better than I usually do.
That takes care of that. Sorry for roping you into the scuffle, Divine One.
That's all right. But I haven't had a chance to say why I'm here. I already explained this to Queen Sephoria and Prince Fogado, but the Fell Dragon has been released. He's back. It's sudden, I know. You're probably shocked.
Well, I know Ivy's gonna say something later in this scene, because she's the only other main character who's here.
I already knew.
You did?
Mom and Fogado did too. We've all known for a while now.
Fogado, you too?
Sorry. Truth is, our chance meeting in Tula Desert wasn't totally by chance.
Were you deceiving us?
The opposite, actually. I had to make sure that you weren't deceiving us. When the Fell Dragon returned, we had to take steps to protect our country.
I'll lay it out for you. The palace has scouts all over Elios, keeping an eye on the 3 kingdoms. When Elusia brought back the Fell Dragon, we learned about it early on. But we couldn't beat him without the emblem rings. And we couldn't use them without you. Our only option was to focus on defense. The corrupted started appearing, so we had to quickly lay out a plan.
And what was the plan?
First off, Mom would stay in the palace. She'd work with the royal guard to keep out intruders. And we'd send out our militia, the Sentinels, to bolster soldiers' efforts against the corrupted.
As captain, my job was to watch out for the corrupted near the Elusian border.
So now I can mention this. A lot of people have said the Sentinels are quite similar to Crom's Shepherds in Fire Emblem Awakening. That is entirely intentional. In Japanese, they're referred to as Vigilantes, which is exactly the name that was used for Crom's group in Awakening. It's a direct reference.
If someone claimed to be the Divine Dragon, I'd size him up and bring him to the palace.
That's why you hid the fact you're a prince.
I was in the Sentinels too. And I wandered the country, keeping our rings safe.
Like, yeah, I honestly feel like at this point, keeping the emblem in the hands of a strong fighter is a much better deterrent than just keeping it in a room in a castle.
As part of this plan, did you ever consider asking for another country's help?
No, because then we'd have to help them. We can't fight another country's battles. We're stretched thin fighting our own. That's how Solm does it. You scratch your own back, we'll scratch ours. Thank you very much.
I see.
I'm sorry we misled you, but we did it to protect the queendom.
I don't mean to criticize your country's way of doing things. I'm just surprised.
Here's the most important part of the plan, though. If you did turn out to be the Divine Dragon, we'd give you the Ring of the Radiant Hero. And then tell you where to find our other emblem ring.
Solm has a second ring?
Yep, the Ring of the Crux of Fate. It's in the...
Your Highness, a message from Solm Palace.
Huh? What is it?
Hortensia, Princess of Elusia, has breached the palace.
Oh. Oh.
What? How did she get in? We have to save Mom.
Why is it that Ivy's reaction to Hortensia still being on the Fell Dragon's side is as nonchalant as Bernadetta's reaction to her dad dying?
Let's go!
However, before that, we can just head back to the Somniel and restock. It's all fine. It's all good. In fact, if we wanted, we could even do paralogs. But yeah, despite how big this map is, it's actually a really tiny area in the post-battle exploration phase. Well, I mean, I don't need any more dogs, but I'll take whatever dog kidnappings I can get. I feel like a whole lot of kids shows that had, like, talking animals would always use the phrase dog napped. I don't know why they love to do that so much, but they did.
Hello.
Lamp making, huh? Oh yeah, that actually does seem like it would be pretty useful here. Well, I mean, I just found a spice.
That's right.
Yeah, I had a feeling I'd be getting Jean's, like, level up thing here.
Hi there.
Though really, Amber did incredibly well. Also, all this talk of spikes, I wonder if Solm specializes in Fusaka.
Indeed.
For those who don't know, there was an incredible, like, improvised story arc.
Thanks.
In Critical Role involving Sam Riegel's character Scanlan mistaking a very expensive but still mundane cooking spice for hardcore drugs. And yeah, it was amazing. That's one of those guilt trip lines.
Great.
But now she's happy again.
If I may.
Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of these guilt trip lines from now on. I think it's like about now they start happening. Just because, you know, I've left out a lot of these characters from a lot of battles so far.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like Kagetsu uses that expression, go out with decently, not really realizing the implications, and I think that's kind of a thing that he does in one of his supports involving mistaking quiz for kiss, but apparently that made more sense in Japanese. I mean, kuizu and kissu are kind of similar. I think they're just one elongated vowel and a, like, ten-ten off of... the ten-ten is like that little thingy that you put above a character to change its pronunciation, off of the same thing, but yeah. And yeah, yet more Patrick Sykes villagers. I don't think Anna was MVP, but she did explode a lot of flyers here, and I really wanted to show that off. Like this is basically, like, the point where early Radiant Bow Anna really helps, because it's just great. Yunaka didn't contribute to any of the boss fights here, but she did do well otherwise, and I did get to show off the Chain Guard strategy a little bit. I think I'll be getting even more of that going in Chapter 14. Yeah, some people have questioned my decision to make Alira Martial Master now of all times, especially since, let's just say we'll be getting an emblem very soon, that is very good with the Dragon class bonus. Oh, that's just a camel. Amber is chatting up these two local women, apparently. It's kind of ironic that there are no treasures in any of the desert maps in Engage. Also, I just realized, you know what's also ironic? The fact this is a Fog of War desert map and is not a horrible abomination. That's a thing.
Oh, wow.
That I never thought Fire Emblem would do. Oh, that's all you have to say, huh?
I'm sorry.
It looks like everyone is chatting up the locals. I'll definitely be using Alcris in the next battle. After this point, you stop having that weird,
oh no,
deployment slot issue. Yeah, seriously, why is Hortensia still with them? That makes no sense. But we'll find out about that, maybe not quite next time, because next time we'll be heading back to the Somniel to, talk about our 3 new characters, and then I might do another paralogue before we head out to Chapter 14. So, I'll see you all then.